Jumping straight into another one now. I'm going to be configuring PAP and Chap on another CCNA Semester 4 lab. So we'll get straight into it now. The lab's on the left here, and these are the instructions with a completion bar at the bottom there. So in this activity you will practice configuring point-to-point, encapsulation, and serial links. You will also configure PPP PAP authentication and PPP Chap authentication, two different types of authentication. So step 1, while reviewing the router configurations, note the use of both static and dynamic routes in the topology. Okay, so we'll just have a look at router 1, 2 and 3. Starting with router 1, just do a quick show run. So we've got our dynamic routing protocols there, the IGRP. Let's sit on that one. We'll jump on to router 2. Okay, and route 3. The IGRP, redistribute the static, and you've got the default static route there, which is going out to the internet interface. Router 3. Excuse me. So step 2, test connectivity between computers and the web server. From the laptop, from PC and laptop, ping the web server. Both pings should be successful. Okay. We'll start with the wrong tab. We'll start with the PC. So we're going to ping 209.165.200.2. There we go, so that's successful. We'll move on to the laptop. .209.165.200.2. There we go, that one's successful as well, which is good. So moving on to part 2, we're going to configure PPP as the encapsulation method. Configure router 1 to use PPP encapsulation with a router 3. Okay, so what we're going to do there is we're going to jump on to route 1 first, interface serial 000 and encapsulation PPP. Now the adjacency with the EIGRP has gone down because we've now changed the protocol. Router 3 should still be using HDLC by default, but when we change that it should bring the protocol back up, so we'll do that now. So we did that. Okay. And we should see that interface. There we go. That interface has gone back up now, which is good. Excuse me. So we've done it for router 1. Configure router 2 to use PPP encapsulation with router 3. Okay. interface is serial 001. Encapsulation PPP. Configure route 3 to use PPP. Yeah. So that adjacency's gone down there because we need to configure PPP on route 3 serial 001. So we'll go ahead and do that now. T interface serial 001. Encapsulation PPP. Interface should come back up with the EIGRP. Yeah, that's good. So that's done. To use PPP with router 1, 2 and ISP. So, and appropriate commands on route 3. So with the ISP as well, so let me just check the show interface serial 010. So the connection to the ISP or the internet facing is HDLC, so we'll change that. T interface serial 010. Encapsulation PPP. Okay, so I'm guessing we need to move back onto the ISP router now and configure that interface. Step 4, configure ISP to use PPP encapsulation with router 3. So we clicked on the internet cloud and we go into the router and interface serial 000. Encapsulation. Oh wait, I'm not even in the right. Sorry. Interface serial 000. Encapsulation. Can't spell today. PPP. And that should bring that interface back up. And there we go. Yeah, it has gone back up, which is good. So we'll just press back. We should see the same there, yeah, on route 3, which is good. So again, if we do show interface, the encapsulation now is PPP, which is good. Yeah, so that's done now. Test connectivity to the web server, again from the PC and the laptop, so we'll start with the PC. Which is great, we're still getting replies now that we've changed the protocol. And try the laptop. And again, we're getting replies, which is good. So we know that that works. Now we're going to part 3, which is configuring point-to-point authentication. Okay. Instead of using the keyword password as shown in the curriculum, we'll use secret to provide better encryption. Yep, okay. Let's get a drink. So we're going to start with router 1 by the looks of it. And what we're going to do is create a username. So username is R3, and why we're doing R3 for the username is because the point-to-point authentication, it will look for that username as the host name on the router. Then the password, it'll try authenticate with what we're going to set now. R3 secret is class. Okay. And we're going to do interface serial 000, point-to-point authentication, and we're going to change that to PAP. There we go, and the interface has gone down now until we authenticate on the other side. So we'll just finish that off. PPP PAP sent username router1 password Cisco. Okay. So we'll exit out of that one and we'll jump onto router 3 now. We're going to do the same. So we're going to global config, username is router 1 because we're going to be connecting to router 1, R1, and the password secret is Cisco. And yep, that's it, sorry. And interface serial 000, point-to-point authentication is PAP, point-to-point PAP, sent username R3 password class. Okay, and there we go. Now the adjacency has formed again with the EIGRP, meaning the authentication has successfully passed and everything should be up and running again. So that's good. So basically what the last command done is, if you look on for router 1's config here, what we've done is we've configured the username R3, which is going to be the router 3 with a secret class password. Then the sent username will be router 1 password Cisco. So if you look here, the sent username, or the username here on router 3 is username router 1, secret is Cisco. So that's what that match is there. And if you look on router 3's sent username R3 and the password class, you'll see at the top on the router 1, that's what it's matching it up with. So basically that's what happens. So now we're going to configure the same between router 2 and router 3. So while we're on router 3, we might as well go into interface serial 001. We'll do PPP. In fact, we'll do the username first. So we'll do username 2, which is what we're connecting to. Secret will be we're doing the same. So we'll do Cisco. Let's have a look what it says. Repeat step 1 to configure authentication between router 2 and 3, changing usernames as needed. Yeah, we know that. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll use the same on this side of the interface for router 2. For router 3. We'll use the same password. Then on router 2 we'll use class as a password. Okay. So username R2 Cisco secret. Okay. Jump back into the serial interface now. PPP, authentication, PAP, interface has gone down. PPP, PAP, sent username. And what we're going to do here is the sent username will be router 3. Yeah, well, router 3. Password will be where am I here? Yep, so it's sending, yeah, and it'll be class. Sorry, a bit of a blonde moment there. So that should do it for router 3. We'll jump on to router 2 now. Again, T. Username will be R3. Secret will be class, like we said. And we'll jump into interface 0001. And we'll do PPP, authentication, PAP. Then we'll do PPP, PAP, sent username. And the sent username will be what we configured on the other side. So it will be router 2. Password Cisco, and I think that should work. There we go. So that's that done. Moving on, we're going to configure PPP Chap authentication between R3 and the ISP. Okay, we'll move on and we'll do that now. So we're going to ISP router. We need a host name for it because, as you can see, it's just default. Host name is ISP. Username will be R3 and the secret is Cisco. Interface 0000. PPP authentication Chap. Line's gone down. So now we'll jump back onto router 3. And we're going to do T. Username is the ISP. Secret is Cisco. And the reason, sorry, I just don't want my coffee going cold. The reason Chat works differently. So as you can see now, we're not setting different secrets to both Cisco, because what it's going to do is it's going to match the host names against each device. Then it'll go on to match the password, and the password needs to match like that. So that's how that will work. So we'll go ahead and we'll enter that. Change state to up. But then now we need to do the authentication. As you can see that the adjacencies still aren't being formed. So interface 0010. PPP authentication Chap, and that's it. Adjacency should come back up. Protocols changed to up, so let me just check. Show Let's do a show run first. Yep, so what we'll do now is we'll move on to step 4 and we're going to test connectivity again. And there we go, we're getting responses, which is good, which means everything's working. We'll jump onto the laptop, which should be the same. And there you go, we're getting responses, which is good. So everything's configured there, pretty straightforward lab. This just configuring 2 different types of PPP authentication. Completion there at the bottom is 100 out of 100. If you are doing the exact same lab, you make sure that your completion is 100 out of 100 before moving on, and if it's not, then troubleshoot the areas where necessary. But that's it for now, thanks for watching.